gosh, this is so crazy. Hey, everybody, it's so crazy. I've never done a live using the YouTube like this. I've only done it using live stream, and I have a big mess over here on the floor. I'm like, how can I not show that? Okay, I think that's a little bit better. Thank you so much for being here. Those who are here already, look at y'all are chatting and greeting each other, and I'm not even in the house yet. By the way, if you could please like the video as you come in, that would be really helpful. I've learned from people, I'm learning and growing with everything that I do. And today is yet another experiment. Going live on YouTube without StreamYard. This is the first time I've ever done that with, this first time I've done this with my computer. Next week, I'm giving y'all who are here regularly a heads up, is that I am going to go live using my phone. And I'm going to be at a secret location. And only you who are here on the live know that. Okay. So it's great to see you. I see K and Row Hiking Happens. I see Simple. I can't even talk. Simply W Sue. I see Paula. And hopefully more people will come in. Even if it's just the four of us, I'm totally happy with this group who's here because y'all are some of the best people on the internet. But I wanted to talk today first about gratitude. And I wanted us to think about what are we grateful for about ourselves. So if you could put something in the comments, what are you grateful for about yourselves? I'm going to look here and I'm going to shower some of y'all with gratitude. Okay. I am grateful for Paula because Paula just had a birthday, yet she's coming in here and treating me like I'm the birthday queen. I mean, who does that? Paula's amazing. And then Debbie Sue. Debbie Sue is here. She was the second person in the house. Debbie Sue is notoriously fabulous for being on all these lives, supporting all of us. And then, of course, there's K and Row Hiking Happens is in the house, which always delights me to know. And I think that K and Row Hiking Happens were my very first YouTube friends from this iteration. So I'm so grateful for K and Row for being so inspiring to me personally for these last couple of years. So, and I know that this will continue. So what are you grateful for about yourselves? I haven't seen anybody say I'm grateful because I am married to a man who takes me to football games on Fridays. Paul, I would actually like that if I was married to a man who took me to football games on Fridays. That'd make me happy, actually, to tell you the truth. Something I'm happy about, I'm grateful about myself. So this is a shout out actually to a woman named Kim Toronto. Kim commented on one of my videos recently, and she said something that made me cry. And this was just earlier today. She commented that she found me very inspiring and that she started watching my videos 17 years ago. Because 17 years ago, in 2007, going through a rough time with my kids, I did something called, hi, Rhonda. I did something called I call them video self-portraits because I had done 365 self-portraits on Flickr, which is a photo website. So she said that the videos that I took and shared of me walking around in nature spots in Bakersfield with my kids were some really happy memories for her. I was like, seriously? So in the last half hour, I've gone back to those videos that are it's so funny to watch 17 years ago me. I was trying so hard. It was a really hard time. And I saw her commenting to me 17 years ago. Okay, hi, Kay. Yes. Kay says he's grateful to be as mobile as he is at his age. Many friends are not doing as well. Definitely. Definitely. I would say you are very fit, Kay, and I'm grateful for that because you inspire the heck out of me, as is Ro. Ro is also very fit, and it really helps me. And I've been working on all of that stuff. In fact, I was out for my walk today in the rain. Any of you in Northwest New Jersey, it's raining today. And I was out in the rain. And even 2 months ago, Julie wouldn't have done that. But I'm doing it now. So yes, if you could please like this video as you come in. So what are you grateful for about yourself? So Kay's kicked us off with that. Rhonda has a great video on worthiness, right? Her most recent video. And this is perfect to go along with gratitude for yourself. So sometimes we can understand our own self-worth when we can express gratitude for ourselves, gratitude for our gifts and talents, these natural abilities that we have, these gifts and talents that we've worked to develop, these ways that we just come by naturally that other people don't. And sometimes we just don't think it's any big deal that we can do these things, because for us, it's just something we do naturally, right? Yeah, so Mrs. Paul is chiming in saying mobility is an incredible blessing. Absolutely. Right now, we're on my 6th anniversary of my near-death experience, when I was in the hospital after my various parts of my body had failed, including my kidneys, which were the biggest concern. And I remember they were having me walk around the hospital, and I did not want to walk around the hospital. I felt very self-conscious because I was walking like horribly. But I did, thanks to some friends who would walk around with me. And I felt incredibly blessed. In fact, one of my friends who was my most faithful visitor has passed away since then. He was fairly young. I'm guessing he was 70-ish, but he had heart problems and he didn't ever give up smoking and alcohol. But he would come to the hospital and walk with me. And when I had to go for follow-ups, he would take me to my appointments. And it would take me like 20, maybe 15 minutes to get from the parking lot to the lab, because I had to stop so much. So when I remember that, I'm like, wow, I have come a far way. And when I get upset with myself for what I can't do well, I remember that it's a process and that it's a daily thing. I was reading some from James Clear today, and James Clear talked about transformation is not just like a one-time big event. It's a day by day by day choice. Okay. Yes, Paula is very grateful for the love shown yesterday on her birthday. And she was able to take a walk this morning to walk off your sugar coma. Was it raining down there where you are, Paula? It was raining. It was like at one point my umbrella, I watched the videos a little bit ago from my daily walk video, and it was pelting. It was really loud for part of the walk. So yes, I'm glad you were able to. I missed it. I missed it yesterday. I'm glad that some of y'all were there. It's dry and chilly, because Sundays are my busiest day of the week. You know, I sing in the choir in church, and so I have to get to choir practice early. I actually do a chat on Blue Sky before that I've been doing for like 15 years, somewhere around there. And it's called Spirit Chat. And so for people of all different belief systems, which I love, all over the world. I love it. So I do that, then I go to church, and then I sing, I have to practice, and then I go to church, and then I have fellowship, and then I come back to the house, and then I have a book club, and then I have a writing class, and then I have a book club. It's like Sundays are so busy for me. Debbie Sue. Oh yeah, so grateful that I'm grateful that you write, Debbie Sue. And I'm grateful that you're getting more comfortable sharing your poems and your stories. You are an incredible storyteller, by the way. Yeah. I just had a thought go through my head about some things that I would love to work on with some people, because I really would love to do some collaboration, and that would be so much fun. Yes, excellent. Okay, well, this is wonderful. I'm so glad to hear all of you who are here. I think this YouTube might be a better way for me to go in the future instead of going through StreamYard, I'm thinking. But what I really am attracted to is the vertical, because I want to get YouTube to make my, you know how they're doing those, like they're doing shorts for you automatically, like Sally has, and I want to do that. Oh, Debbie Sue, did you write a birthday poem for Paula and I missed it? I'm going to look for that if that's so. That's brilliant. And look, I love to see all the numbers there. Okay, so everybody has all the, since there's 5 people here, not everybody, and there's 5 likes. That's good. You guys are helping me out there. Even if you haven't commented, if you are here and you'd like to comment, I'd love to know who's here, because I would love to say thank you in person for being here. All right, so that's gratitude. Some things that I'm grateful for myself, and then we'll go on to shout outs. Okay, so I'm grateful that I'm willing to experiment and try different things, that I'm not scared of trying new things. I'm not scared of falling flat on my face. You should have seen me. All of you are waiting for me, and I'm over here at home going, what do I do? What do I push? How do I go live? I hadn't really follow through to see how I go live, which is just nuts. But I'm glad that I like to experiment. I also did minimal promo, so I hadn't promoted my live stream, and yet I have a great group here, which makes me so happy. And then next week I'm going to experiment again from my secret location using my phone because secret location. That's all I'm going to say. But because I want to have them make me a short. I love seeing the surprise short highlights that they make for people. So. Okay, so for the Julie Jordan Scott Hall of Fame, we have a new winner for this week. And those people are, I'm doing 3 people. I'm doing, the first one is someone who comments so much on my videos. And I think some of you know these people. And in fact, Ken Rowe, before I tell about my award winners, Ken Rowe says, we've never done a live. It sounds scary. You're doing a fantastic job, Julie. At parts of me, I feel like I'm cheating. Oh, Debbie Sue wrote a poem for Rhonda's video. That is that's so great. I'll tell you what, Debbie Sue, I have written personalized poetry for people at fairs and stuff, like at street fairs and at school fundraisers. I wrote haikus for people, are really easy, and wrote them on magnets and sold those to them, little watercolor magnets that I made. There's a lot of stuff you can do with poems, out in the world if you get really brave. I've done improvisational performances where people come up in front of an audience and we stand there together and I hold their hands, I look into their eyes, and I'll do an improvisational haiku, which is hard because it's, 5 syllables, 7 syllables, but it's really fun. And what I wanted to say, I wanted to say that I think you all might want to do sometime in the future. And I don't know if your friends would be willing to do this with you, but I think it'd be really cool to do a live stream, like either right as a video, right as a hike is starting or right as a hike is ending. And I just think that would be really cool to get people who are so excited then, or like you could do right before your beginning. And then, we won't know what happened until your video goes up a few weeks later. I think that would be really fun because I know people really enjoy your videos, and the live just adds another dimension, I believe. So, okay. Yes, someday. Yeah, see, that's what Paula's agreeing with me. You might want to think about it. See, there you go. It's like you don't have to do the whole hike, at lunchtime or something. I mean, when you attended the live that I did from lunch, I mean, that would be a really great thing to do. You could interview the people, kind of, if y'all don't know, Kay's trail name is Sarge. Now, I don't know the exact genesis of Sarge, Kay, but is that because you are the planner, the person who's guiding the whole event? I'd love to know where Sarge came from, because on the Appalachian Trail, or the Appalachian Trail, some people say, you get trail names. And so I don't have a trail name yet. One of these years I will. And Kay says he bosses everyone around. I was trying to say that without saying you boss everybody around. Okay, so now the JJS Hall of Fame. By the way, theater friends of mine in California oftentimes call me JJS. So just FYI. But the Julie Jordan Scott Hall of Fame winners. The first one is, it's a couple. But the one who is most often commenting, like on all the stuff that I do, and as I said last week, y'all, please don't feel like you have to comment on everything because I'm putting out a flurry of material these days, is Trekking with Deb and Mike. Trekking with Deb and Mike. They are the first winners. I have to write down who's here, because another thing that I like to do is tag y'all in the description. Because I don't know if this helps you to be tagged in my videos, but for some reason I think, oh, do you know Deb and Mike, Simply W Sue? Oh, okay. So Tad is Twitch, or now Snake. Yeah, that's pretty funny. I think that was like on section 1, if I believe, because I just watched Kay and Rose first section hikes like in the last couple of months. I think I finally caught on to them in section 3 of New Jersey. Simply W Sue, you haven't done live. Simply W Sue is so helpful and so supportive of everybody. Okay, so the first is at Trekking with Deb and Mike. And I wanted to say one thing that they do really amazingly is they share their lives as nomads. And they just did a video last week that was like, I think a bunch of nomads are all like, for writers, we have something called AuthorTube. And I think somebody's giving the nomads, especially the senior nomads, you know, people, I mean that they are older, they're usually retired in this group. And they're so active. Mike, I believe, was in the military and Air Force, or he worked at one of the academies, I believe is what he did. And Deb was a traveling nurse. And so I got to know so much about them on that video. And I just know that Deb and Mike, Trekking with Deb and Mike, are so supportive. They're constantly showing up, and I just really appreciate that. I just went through my comments from the week, and I'm behind, so I feel badly because I missed another comment from them. But so that's Trekking with Deb and Mike. The other one that I wanted is my next person is Paula. Mrs. Paula Does Retirement, because again, she's here all the time. And she makes me laugh on days that I might not laugh. And also her birthday was yesterday. So those are all the best reasons, right? And look at all these people who know Deb and Mike. I didn't know y'all knew Deb and Mike. I thought that Ken Rowe did, but I didn't know that all y'all did. Yeah, Tad Twitch Snake, yeah. So funny. It's really funny when you watch Ken Rowe. I don't know how many of their videos you've watched, but it's really fun to watch the camaraderie among the people. And I don't know all of them. I know Twitch and Fossil mostly. There's some other guy who I don't even know his name, but there's another guy that I've seen sometimes. Okay, yeah, I thought so. That's awesome. Okay, so this week we have okay, I want to make sure I have it. Is there anybody here? Because I see for one moment there were 6 people, and all I have are Rhonda. This is not all that I have. I have Rhonda, I have Paula, I have Kay and Rowe, I have Debbie Sue on my list. And then I will also include, of course, Trekking with Deb and Mike and on that list. And I also want to add Kim Toronto on this list because she's followed me for 17 years. I mean, there were a lot of those 17 years when I wasn't posting any content. So a lot was happening. But 17 years ago, when I started doing my video self-portraits, and I will share some of those in my posts because they're really, to me, really, really cute. They're cute to see my tenacity. I tell you, man, it was a hard time. Hard time. And I persevered. And I was making those, videos like daily. I think I made 30 of them. And it was during a time when I was doing like unschooling with my son because the school treated him really badly. They treated me really badly. And so I had to get him back into school by going through the process that gives children free, appropriate public education because they weren't doing it before. So it was a really rough time. And now, he's a professional manager working for a large company here in the US. And he's going to be on the East Coast in a few weeks, and he's funding it all himself. He lives on his own. He's 24 years old. He is, when I think back and I think about how he was treated when he was a little guy in first grade, I prefer to look at how far he's grown. But when I watch those videos, I can't help but be inspired and wistful, and to know that Kim felt some kind of hope and joy from watching those videos with me tromping around. Something's never changed. It just means a whole lot to me. So Kim, thank you so much. Okay. Oh, Sir Cramps a lot. Yes. Okay, Eric, that's it. So I'm sitting here crying. You guys are talking about Eric Sir Cramps a lot. That's funny. Yeah, I forgot. I'm like, what's his name? Yeah, Eric. Eric's amazing too. What I remember, Kay, is that when you all were at that really rough section hike in New York when it was so hot, I believe it was in that hike where he was really very effervescent early in the day. Well, all of you were, but maybe it was before that because he was really energetic and happy. And by the end of the day, because he had the cramps, I guess, that he was just fussy. I felt badly for him. I hope he comes back. You know, when you get, I think, to the halfway point in Pennsylvania, it gets a lot less rocky. I know it's a longer drive, but I know it gets a lot less rocky. So maybe for Sir Cramps a lot, you can come later. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Julie giving hiking advice. That's kind of funny. Okay. So I think we've covered everything. We're grateful. Do intentions. We never got to intentions today. Ro, that's so funny. You remember that day? You were there. I was just watching because I sit there and I watch. I'm listening. It was so interesting to see kind of the progress of his. Really excited to. Oh my gosh! Why did I say yes to this? I've been there, Sir Cramps, a lot. I've been there on hikes. Okay, so intentions. Intentions, please. What are you intending for this week? If you'd like to say anything, I'm intending to have I'm intending to stay in a peaceful state of mind because I have a lot on my plate, and I'm intending to get my book back from the designer and set up a publication date and start promoting it. I'm working on my other book, and I was doing that this morning, and it's really exciting to be developing that new project. And I'm working on a fiction project in November, because all this nonfiction can get really heavy. And I'm writing a ridiculous, well, I think it's going to be really fun, a romance novel in November. So you can all follow along with that. Okay, any intentions from anybody? Anybody want to say anything about that? You don't have to. No pressure. Oh, wow, there's 6 likes on this video. I'm wondering if I can like it. I'm not even going to try because I'm afraid I'll mess something up. That's the other thing. I have no idea how to end. Oh, there it says end stream. This room is a disaster because I'm moving, and so I have stuff everywhere. So that's my excuse. And you can't see my people over here. Oh, nice. Rose ordering new furniture. That's exciting. And Kay is going for a hike tomorrow. Maybe you're both going. You're just planning it. Maybe that's what that is. Whatever the hike is, I'm excited for it. And hopefully it won't be raining. Although when I was out on my walk today, if you other ladies haven't seen Kay and Rose hike in the Catskills where they're just drowning in the water, it was like one of my favorite videos of theirs. It was really fun. So I really love that. It was fantastic. Okay, I'd like to thank you all for being here. I went over what I wanted to or what I intended to. Oh, Debbie Sue, I can't wait. I can't wait to see your next poem video. Okay, I actually have a co-working session in 7 minutes, so I better be leaving. During that co-working session, I will be writing the renewed description of this video. Thank you so much for being willing to experiment with me, each and all of you. I'm so thankful. I'm so grateful. And I'm really excited for next week to try it on my phone from our secret location. Again, kudos to Paula and Deb and Mike and Kim for being new members of the JJS Hall of Fame. I love that on YouTube we can make up stuff like that. Okay, thank you so much. You're all a blessing in my life, and I look forward to each and every time we get together. Bye, everybody. Bye.